So let's say we were going to use this hotel. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to just show you a completed example. And so this is, we're going to go ahead and pull up the Radisson that's here. This is one of our demos. And the first place we're going to start is a production rate. So again, all of this is based on historical data. And so what you'll see when we pull this up is you're going to see we have all of the facilities listed here. Hospitality, residential, educational, government, we have church, we have every type of facility. Every type of facility has a starting production rate. So we're going to stay with hospitality. Let's say this is a fire water mold. Okay, so we're going to select fire water mold. Next up is going to be our ceiling height. And what we're going to do is we're going to select the highest point in the facility. In this facility, we've selected 20 to 40. Next up is our contaminant level. We're going to leave that at a level 5. We have a choice between level 1 being the least amount of damage and level 5 being the most. I always max everything out and then come back and adjust it if I need to. So we're going to do the same thing with contents. The property that we're at right here is a low-level property spread out over about 8 acres. And so we're going to leave that at 2 to 20. Next up, we're going to select whatever applies to the project. And so we have debris removal, content manipulation, HVAC, which is our heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. No elevators, and no confined space or containment. So what we're going to do is see that our production rate based on historical data is 169. So now we're going to insert that into the edge, which is the estimating tool. And I won't bore you with my typing or anything, but here's the information in front, just your basic job information. And then here's where we're going to enter in the square footage for the hotel. And you can see that we've entered in 82,000 square feet, 14 calendar days. And here's our production rate of 169. What that automatically will do is calculate the number of supervisor labor and the number of production rate. So that quickly we can determine that we need 8 supervisors and 78 production people. We threw in 4 techs, 4 drying technicians. And so that's going to make up our labor. We can add as much labor as we want. We can change all the labor rates. We can do whatever. It's very flexible. All of these rates can be changed. Right now, we're just going to be on regular time, no overtime. And so the next section that you'll see that it automatically calculates is also our supplies and materials, our company-owned equipment, subcontractors, and subsistence. Subsistence being our travel costs, hotels, rental cars, per diems, any costs related to getting our crews to the site. So it's going to automatically calculate. What we're going to do, I'm going to show you this that's completed, and then we're going to come back and I'm going to do one just real fast, and you'll see how quickly it calculates once we know our information. So let's come down to our next step. If we have for this job, we're going to have fuel, subcontractors, and in the time and materials world, this is a cost plus item. And so subcontractors, purchase supplies, and all of that will be our next category. Next up, we're going to have our specialty services. So if we had vital document recovery where we're going to be drying or cleaning, we would just simply enter in the cubic footage for those documents, but we don't have any on this job. So we're going to leave that. Structural drying, which is going to include our generators, Any desiccant drying equipment is going to be in here. Again, this is based on historical data. Our default number for drying per square foot is going to be $3.74. Now this can change. You can adapt this to any environment, any part of any region of the world. You know, whatever fits your market, we can develop the square footage price shortcut in here. With here, we always use between $3 and $3.74. So we entered it in our square footage, and it automatically calculates. Our deodorization square footage price will automatically calculate. And then we also have a general reconstruction, which we didn't have any general reconstruction here. You can add in as many line items as you would like. And then here's our total. But let me come back up here and show you. Our next step then is our scope of work. And then we have our contract. And then I'll show you the exported view of a completed project. And so let's go and come down in here into our scope of work. You can see that I've already deselected the items that aren't included. So we're not doing vital documents. So we're just going to come down our scope and click on what doesn't apply. It's going to pull it out automatically. And the beautiful thing about this is we've loaded this up, and it's loaded up with information that doesn't apply to every job, but we've loaded it up so that it makes you think. It makes you think about, oh man, I forgot that, or I should have thought about, I need to add to that. And so there's a lot of stuff in here that you'll just simply click on and delete. And every time that we click on something, it is pulling it out of the document. And so let's go ahead, and you can see there's a 7 and 8 page document. And you just scroll down, you got demolition, you got walls, floors, ceilings, everything in here. What we have is line items for wall, ceilings, floors, structure, everything. The one thing that we're not doing is we're not applying a number, a value to each line item. What we're doing is we're applying a budget number for all of the line items. And so it's very effective, and we have everything in here from windows, elevators, stairwells, drop ceilings, contents, hard surfaces, odor control, HVAC, electronics, vital documents. Again, we're just going to click on what doesn't apply, and that's what these empty boxes are here, because we've already been through here. And then I'm going to we're going to work on one just real quick and show you. We can put together numbers, our baseline budget numbers in minutes. And so once we have this, here's our number. We're just under $1 million. We're going to come in here now. We're going to attach our contract, and I'll show you what the exported view looks like and what the client, the end user, gets. So I'm just going to put in our default contract. You can see when we do our drop down, you can use your custom contract, and that might be a different contract for each client, or it might be, you know, just the contract that applies. We're just going to leave it with the default contract. And so now I'm going to come up and I'm going to export, and here is the view that your client gets. So here's your cover sheet. Your cover sheet with your totals for your labor, your equipment, your supplies, your materials, everything that's needed for this project. And then you scroll down and you'll see next is our scope of work. Here's our scope. Everything that we did not select is in here and creates our scope, which is structural damage, content, odor, HVAC, electronics, vital documents, special points, project duration, pricing. And then I'm just going to scroll down here. Everything that we didn't deselect is in there. There's our number. And then right behind that is our scope, is our T&M contract. So literally we can literally put together our estimate, scope, and contract in one spot and use DocuSign or a DocuSign type of tool, and you could literally be ready to sign the document right now.